Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about my thoughts on the 2023 Harley lineup and my top 5 picks. First, my thoughts on Harley-Davidson and their lineup. Harley has developed a stereotype of basically making expensive cruiser motorcycles for old rich people. And I think it's justified because that's the bread and butter of what they do. I mean, look at the volume of street glides and road glides out on the road and who's riding them. For the most part, it's guys in their 50s and 60s. One of the big concerns for Harley is that the Gen X crowd is now getting older, and the next generation coming up, the millennials, aren't buying as many of the big cruisers as the previous generation. So in order to try to address the younger crowd, Harley-Davidson did away with the Sportster Evo starting in 2023, which was incredibly popular, and replaced it with two bikes, the Sportster S and the Nightster. My personal opinion is that these bikes are not going to take off and produce the volume that Harley needs. I could be wrong. Maybe the modernized look of these bikes will draw the younger crowd. I personally don't see the appeal in them, but I'm from the older generation anyway, and I don't think these bikes are really targeted towards my demographic. Harley also brought out the Pan America 1250 last year. I heard a lot of comments in the motorcycle community that folks were hoping they would produce a Pan America 975, but that didn't happen, at least not in their big reveal a couple of weeks ago. However, they did say in their 120th anniversary video that there is more to come this year, implying that there might be more bikes revealed later on. I don't have any speculation on what they would be. I don't think it's going to be a Pan America 975 in that list, but it will be interesting to see what they decide to bring out later on in the year. They also announced the 120th anniversary paint upgrade that they put on select bikes. I did see a picture on Facebook a couple days after the reveal pointing out that the $52,000 CVO 120th anniversary edition looks a whole lot like the 1983 red Honda Goldwing, which is rather amusing. But I do think the paint job looks very nice. I kind of wish they had not used red as the base for the special paint. To me, red is overused in bikes, but that's just my opinion. Before we get into my top 5, let me say that I'm not a fan of the really big fairings on the touring bikes. I'm thinking specifically of the Indian Challenger and the Road Glide. There's nothing wrong with them. I'm just not drawn to them at all. They're too boxy looking on the front. I don't really like it. So none of the Road Glides made it into my top 5. Also in my video reviewing the entire Harley lineup, I said that there were no windshields available for the Road King Special. I'm not sure if the website wasn't updated yet or if I clicked on something wrong or what, but the windshields are there now for the bikes that don't come stock with them. The Breakout, the Fat Boy, the Fat Bob, the Road King Special, they all have windshield options now. One other thing to note is that I have not ridden any of these bikes. I don't own any of these bikes. And unfortunately, the Harley dealer that is about 10 minutes from my place does not offer test rides. I kind of understand that. They're in the middle of the city and they say the insurance is too high. They've had some accidents and whatnot, so I get that. But it's unfortunate that I haven't been able to get any kind of experience riding any of these bikes to see what they're actually like, to see if it would change my mind on the top 5. But there is another Harley dealer about a half an hour away that I think does offer test rides. I'm going to find that out when the weather gets warmer up here in Pennsylvania and see if that would be an option for going and checking out some of these bikes to see if that changes the order of my top 5. First, a couple of honorable mentions. Runner-ups, if you will. First is the Lowrider ST. This is a very attractive bike to me, except for one thing, the front fairing. The fairing has the boxy look of the Road Glide, just smaller, so it didn't make the cut. Next runner-up is the Breakout 117. I think it's cool, it's nice that they brought the Breakout back. It does have the best power to weight ratio with the 117 engine on the slightly smaller bike, and the orange paint looks cool if you go with that option. But other than that, it really doesn't stand out in any significant way. It really is just kind of a vanilla looking bike to me. So it didn't make the cut either. Number 5 in my top 5 is the Fat Boy 114. I like the relaxed rider position, and this is the first bike with a 120th anniversary paint option. With windshield and saddlebags added on, you're looking somewhere around $23,500. Number 4 is the Heritage Classic. This is your classical looking vintage tourer, fairly similar to the Road King Standard that they discontinued, except for the soft covered saddlebags instead of the hard bags that are on the Road King Standard. Add the blacked out option with full color, which I really think looks nice, and you're looking at $23,000. Number 3 is the Street Glide Special with the 120th anniversary paint scheme. This is all blacked out, which looks really good. This is the heaviest of the bikes in my top 5 at almost 820 pounds, and the most expensive at $30,900. Number 2 and number 1 are a tie. I really haven't been able to decide which one I like the most. These are the Road King Special and the Street Glide ST. Both to me are amazing looking bikes. Throw a windshield on the Road King Special and I am good to go. But I really like the single seat and the batwing fairing of the Street Glide ST as well. Both very good looking. The Road King Special comes in about $24,650 with the color, and the Street Glide ST comes in at $30,750. For the pricing on these bikes, I did not include the Reflex Defensive Rider System. That is an $1,100 option on any of the pricing, so keep that in mind as well. There you have it, folks. My thoughts on the Harley 2023 lineup and my top 5 picks. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate your support. Take care, everyone.